So, moving into the next phases of the X-Men series showing at Cineworld, I went to see First Class this week, and after thoroughly enjoying the earlier phases, let's see how this one measures up. So, leaping back in time, this drops us into the late 50s, early 1960s time period, before mutants had been revealed to the world, before the X-Men existed, and even before Charles Xavier had met Eric Lenscher, who is, of course, his longtime friend and longtime enemy, Magneto. Against the backdrop of the Cuban Missile Crisis and the threat of nuclear war, Professor X and Magneto unite, track down other mutants, and the X-Men are created. Much of this film works very well in the period it's portrayed in. A world where communism and nuclear war was feared is just the kind of world that would fear mutants, their differences, and of course their effect on society. Filmed in 2011, this does look a little better on screen than some of the earlier episodes, and I felt the effects and camera work to be at least as good, and often much better. We get yet more new characters to meet, some of course more important than others, and we get some new cast members too, especially those needed to portray the younger version of some of the characters we met in the first phase. Zoe Kravitz takes a small role, and I absolutely adore her, so that was a plus for me. And Michael Fassbender as Magneto, he's really, really good here. But the others, I kind of felt less so. Nicholas Hoult as Beast is far less interesting than the version portrayed in the earlier films, and the same is also true of Mystique, the blue-skinned shapeshifter played by Jennifer Lawrence here. And the final miss for me was James McAvoy as Charles Xavier. Professor X, as I know him, is such a powerful and enduring comic book character. Maybe McAvoy's role here and in the subsequent films is to show Professor X's growth into that man, but it felt like a weak link to me. Overall, of the four I've seen in the X-Men season, this was the one that I would have expected to enjoy the most, but I think I actually enjoyed it the least thus far. That puts a little pressure on Days of Future Past, which is the next one in the series, and I seem to remember that being perhaps the best of them. I go and see that tomorrow.